Welcome back to Grump's Barn, where today we have some fan-fucking-tastic news. Yes, I'm pregnant. No, that's not the fantastic news. No, I'm just fat. No, the fantastic news is things have been turning up in the post. Bad news is I still haven't found the old fucking clutch hose. But hang on a minute while I swap hands with the camera. Hang on, rummage about in a pocket. Look, clutch hose. One new clutch hose. Finally, the fucking thing arrived. Right, now I've been a bit busy again lately, so let's show you what we've been doing. We now have a hanging door on here, complete with a door latch. Ta-da! That was a complete twat. They don't come with nut plates, these. So these are all individual bolts. And of course, two of these bolts are sitting within the two skins, the door, and a complete fucking nightmare to get to unless you have teeny hands like my wife, who managed to help me put them in quite happily. Because I was having a hell of a time with the fucking things. Also, I've had to stand them off with bloody various washers across the place. I've got thicker washers on the back and thinner ones on the front because it wasn't sitting properly when I put it on, and if I tighten it down the fucking lock wouldn't work. Wonderful. And here's a sight I've been waiting for a long time. Look at that. One bloody Land Rover together. It's still not going anywhere. It does drive, it does run. Won't start on the key, but it runs. Somewhere along the line, there is a wire somewhere not working properly. I've been right through it with a fucking multimeter and I can't quite work it out. There's no power getting down to the starter solenoid. I've checked at the spider, there's no power getting to that either. I've checked the starter relay, that's fine. So what I'm going to do is bypass the fucker, just put a switch in. Because I can't be asked to piss about much more. I need to get this thing back on the road by next week. Oh yeah, as you can see, the black paint did turn up. All the plastics are all nice now. Far more respectable. Won't last. And anyway, you're not going to see them much once I get the bumper and bull bar back on there. But there you go. We are getting some out, and today finally, the day has come when I start on the bloody prop shaft. I mean, look at this. Listen to that. Just a teeny bit of play. Other end's alright. Don't know about the other one, but I've got two spares anyway. So, yep, I'm gonna have to give this thing a fucking good clean up so I can get to those circlips and get this bugger changed. I don't think I need to go into detail about changing those. There's shitloads of videos all over the bloody YouTube detailing how you change those. They're a piece of cake, to be honest. Well, once you get them apart, that's always the fun bit, trying to get the fuckers apart. Right, I'm going to get on with this, and I'll get back to you in a minute. There we go, all done. And of course it wasn't easy. They never bloody are. Bloody things. Yeah, two of the bloody spring clips had seized into the holes pretty nicely. And on the other side of it, the spring clips came out, not too bad. But the bloody buckets were seized right into the yokes. So much so that when I pressed it through, I pressed the top off one of them. And the outer part, I then had to drive out afterwards. It was that solid. Obviously I've cleaned the yokes up afterwards and deburred them and everything. Yep, we're all done on this one. That is one rear prop shaft ready to go back on. I'm now going to go and check the front one and see what condition that's in. I've got another spare spider if I need it. Right, let's go and have a look. Well, it's a good thing I got two, because this end, absolutely fine. This end, notchy as fuck. Alright, that way. That way is very, very notchy. So that needs changing. Oh, deep joy. Good thing I bought, as I say, good thing I bought two, just in case. Right, better get on with that now. See you in about an hour. Well, there we go. That's the second one repaired. All nice and even and nice and loose. Yeah, lovely. All I'm going to do now is I've got to clean up the other ends. Pump some grease into the grease nipples and then I can put them back on again. Once I've put the clutch hose back on, we'll have some movement. No stoppage, mind, because I still haven't bled the brakes or put the brake pads in. So that's about it then, well, apart from finishing the doors. And a couple of other little bits that I've got to do later on. Like the steps below the front doors. There's a step goes on the back, but that goes along with the tow bar, which has also got to be put on. But yeah, we're getting very close now. Oh, still got a bit more to do here and there. It's like I've now got this back on, this clip here that wasn't on, but there's still too much movement in the fucking thing. Both ends are held on by cable ties because the rubbers are fucked, as ever. I didn't actually think to change the rubbers. But never mind, that can bloody wait for another time. Like probably never. I'll just put some more cable ties around it. Hold it on what's left of the rubber. Right. Better get on with cleaning these prop shafts up and getting them back in again, I suppose. See you in a bit. Right, well, now I've got the front prop shaft on. And I've also put the clutch hose on while I was at it, because I was at that end underneath. So all I've got to do now is put the rear prop on. And then I'm going to have to go around and take all the wheels off and put the brake pads in. So I can then get the brakes bled up. The clutch is bled. No, the clutch is not bled. The clutch needs bleeding. Get it right in a minute. So yeah, there's not a hell of a lot left to do really. Great. Got to put the eyebrows back on, of course. They're still missing. Front bumper and bull bar. Bull bar's going to need a bit of a rust treatment and a paint. Yeah. Yeah, once the clutch and the brakes are bled, that's just about everything done in that way. Oh, and I've still got to sort out, obviously, that fucking stupid wiring problem. Oh, and there's one other little problem I've got to sort out. Yes, the little gremlins had been at work again. Now you can't see from here, but if you look at that little stainless nut bolt there, holding the bonnet on, well, that's the only one holding it on that side, and the same the other side. Because I found the little packet that I had with the new stainless nuts and bolts for it, and it'd come undone at some point, and there were only 2 bolts left in there, 2 nuts and 5 washers. Yeah, fuck knows where the others went. So I had to order a new set, which thankfully arrived virtually the next day, which is almost unheard of up here. So there we go, we've got a new set there. I'm going to fit those in a second before I lose those fucking things again. Right, let's get on, get this done. So I'm going to fit those nuts and bolts quickly to hold the bonnet on, and then I shall nip underneath it and put the rear prop shaft on. Then I'll be back to you. There we go, although I can't actually show you it because there's no bloody light under there. Both of the prop shafts are now back on, and I've sorted the starting problem. I basically went into the starter relay, which feeds the solenoid in the fuse box, and found that for some reason the feed wasn't getting through there. Feeds were coming in but nothing coming out, and it wasn't the actual relay because I tried swapping it. There were 2 other relays that are both working perfectly and this one was actually clicking but nothing coming through it. So I just took a feed from the supply that is switched by the relay, which is an ignition feed anyway, and just took a wire from there straight down to the solenoid. So now it starts on the button again, and because it's being fed by the same line it should be fed by anyway, then it's got fuse protection in that anyway. Just a case of cutting out the wire that's not bloody working. So yep, that's that sorted now. All I've got to do now, excuse me while I clean some crap off there that's fallen off. Oh yeah, I've put one of the eyebrows back on. What a bastard that was. Those fucking clips don't like pushing in. Twats. All of them. Right. I've still got the other one to put on. And the doors to finish. That one needs adjusting some more. And it also needs the latch putting on and the catch plate and everything else. This one's done apart from the actual catch plate, which isn't on there yet. And I've also, let me see, go and get out of this sun that's shining straight at me. There we can see that there, that's part of the spare wheel hanger. And it bolts on the back. The only 2 bolts that I haven't got holding the back end on now. It bolts on over these 2 here. So basically I've cleaned that up. Got as much rust as I can off it and just absolutely soaked it in tannic acid. We'll see what happens with that. Hopefully I should be able to just chuck some paint over that and bolt that on as well. Then that'll be ready for when I've cleaned the rest of it up and put it back on. Yeah, we're nearly there. I've just got to bleed the brakes and bleed the clutch now. And then she'll be ready for our MOT. I can't think of anything else I haven't done. I've got the wheel chocked at the moment on the old rear step, which will be going back on eventually, but not yet. So yeah, I've sorted that out. I've just got to cut off this old feed wire there, make that electrically safe. I'll probably just cut it off, cover it up in tape, and then cable tie it out the bloody way so it can't get anywhere near anything. So yeah, we're getting there. Very, very close now. Excuse me. Right, I better get on, I suppose. Although it'll be tomorrow now, but it'll be in a second for you. Back in a sec. Well, welcome to tomorrow. As you can see, I'm not in the barn. I was in the barn, but the mug that I am, I forgot the bloody camera. So I shall just to clear this, finish this video up, shall I say. Today I've spent a lot of time fucking about with the Jenny because it was pissing me about. Bloody air filter again. Indiana just took the damn air filter out of it and it ran perfectly all afternoon. There you go. I've put all the brake pads back in now and I've bled the brakes and the clutch. They're now working perfectly. Only pain in the arse was that I did find I had one slightly loose connection on the brakes, so a teeny bit of brake fluid was pissing out. That was very easily remedied in about half a second. Clutch I had to bleed twice in the end. It's the first time it didn't bleed properly. Second time bled perfectly. So now I have a working motor. Goes and stops. Bloody brilliant, I tell you. All I've got to do now is sort out the door latches. I've sorted one of them almost. I need to make bolt holes for it just a little bit wider, so I got a little bit more adjustment on it. Because I can get it to latch up, but it won't lock at the minute. Not quite in the right position. I need to ease it a teeny bit. But yeah, nearly there. And the other side, well, that won't take long. Once you've done one side, the other side's a bit easier. Maybe. Perhaps. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. Along with, I need to put the bull bar and bumper back on and give that a quick tart up. But I should be phoning tomorrow to arrange an MOT for later in the week. So the car will be back on the road. And for those of you who aren't in the UK and don't know about MOTs, it's basically a roadworthiness test that all cars have to go through every year. Without them, you can't have a car on the road. So I have to take it for that first before I can get it back on the road. And the second thing I'll be doing after I get that done, whereas I'll get it to the local tyre place and get them to do the tracking. I'll check it on the front wheels. It's bound to have moved, even though I set everything up exactly as it was before. You can't guarantee it. Bound to be a little bit out. So yeah, we are very nearly back on the road again now. Once I've got those doors on, chuck the bull bar and that on, we'll be away. Oh, on the spare wheel carrier bit that I covered in the vac tank yesterday. Oh, it did a wonderful job on that. It dealt with the rust in it beautifully for a change. It does occasionally, it works beautifully well. Other times it's a bit iffy and you have to do it again. I know it worked perfectly. I've sprayed it all up. That's not back on yet, but I've got to lift up the back a teeny bit because it's slumped a bit in that corner at the back for some weird reason. The rest of it's all bolted up. That should be in line, but no, it's slumped down a little bit. So I'm going to have to jack it up a bit or just chuck the bolts in there just to get it on the road. And then worry about jacking up that slump bit later on and putting that hanger back on. But I don't really need that swing away on there at the minute with the spare on it. I mean, that spare doesn't even fit the rest of the car anyway. It's a completely different side wheel and tyre to the rest. It's what used to be on there once. Never mind. Anyway, that's the end for today. Thought I'd better get another one up this week. And hopefully, when you see the next one next week, I should be a very happy Grump. Because hopefully it'll be back on the road again, being used. Although it won't be being used by me, it'll be being used by my wife, because as I say, I need to get a Freelander off the road and change the clutch and flywheel on that. So that'll be the next thing that appears on this channel, with me cursing and swearing at a bloody Freelander while I change the clutch and flywheel on it. And then, as I said before, after that, I'll be working on the old girl, the old Series 2. That needs a bit of a refresher. Needs painting on the chassis. I need to sort out the brakes first because there's a leak there somewhere. Only half the brakes are working at the minute. It won't take long to sort out. Right, something else to do, and while I'm at it I will go over it with a fine tooth comb and just make sure everything else is up to scratch and nothing else needs doing on it. We shall see. And when I finish with that, then I should be dragging that 3-door Disco 1 into the barn, the 200 TDI one, and that's going to be a long-term project to get that sorted out, either back on the road or just as an off-road vehicle. I don't know yet. That depends greatly on what state everything's in underneath it all, because it has got quite a bit of rot here and there, but I don't know how bad it is yet. So we shall see. We'll give it a go anyway. So yeah, lots coming up on the channel. We'll keep it going. It's a bit of fun, isn't it? Right, well, thanks for watching, and I shall see you all to... Oh, bloody hell. I do need new teeth, actually. Bloody things. If you ever see me making weird things like that with my face, it's because my bloody full teeth are falling out. Fucking things. I've only got a couple of full bloody teeth, but the plate they're on is loose. And of course there's no dentist open at the moment with this fucking COVID shit. But there you go, you don't really need to know that, but if you ever see me making weird faces or they up and down with my tongue and stuff, it's because they're trying to whack me fucking false teeth back in place. Anyway, take care of each other and yourselves and every bugger else and your dogs and your cats and whatever else you got. And I shall see you very soon. Bye.